there's a disturbing trend when it comes to getting information on how state government works.
Some people are suing because they can't get it from the Division of Administration under the governor's office. Could mean we'll foot the bill if the state loses in court. The lawsuits are over public records. The law says state agencies have to respond in a timely manner to a request. The investigative unit found the Division of Administration is accused of skirting the law.
We're committed to providing public record responses as quickly as possible.
The News 2 investigative unit found otherwise involving these copies of state contracts. It took 5.5 months to get them. The investigative unit made inquiries regularly about the delay, and the date was pushed back to get them each time.
This is a pattern that's being followed.
Tom Aswell had a 3.5-month wait.
Violates the letter of the law.
He's a blogger for Louisiana Voice, the state government watchdog website, and a well-established Jindal administration critic. He's been a reporter for about 30 years. Aswell also wanted a state contract from the Division of Administration. To make a point about delays in getting information, he says he asked a legislator to request the same documents at the same time.
He got his in less than a week. That was in October. And I didn't get mine until I filed the suit this year.
Lawyers are still debating the case, and later a judge could award penalties, fees, and court costs as damages if he determines the information wasn't turned over in a timely fashion. Aswell wants $40,000. That's $100 a day for each day that his information wasn't turned over in a timely manner. It's not the first lawsuit he won, though, for not getting the records he requested. He sued the Department of Education and won $3,200. But the biggest payout could come later this year. If 2 newspapers win in the Supreme Court, so far, the fees for one lawyer in that case, $37,000. There are other lawyers. There are court costs and penalties if the newspapers win. The cost could approach $100,000. That lawsuit involves the selection of King Alexander as LSU's chancellor and systems president. The newspapers sued to find out who else was considered for the job. LSU and the state refused to provide the names. If the state loses, though, the taxpayers lose, because they are the ones who have to pay the bill.
Right. If the state is cast in judgment for violating the public records law, that judgment would be paid by the state.
Is that fair?
I would argue that anything that the court finds is fair, but that's certainly not the outcome that we're looking for.
It's very frustrating. It goes beyond frustration. It's infuriating.
And Aswell says he sees something even more sinister in the delays for information.
It tells me that they make the rules up as they go along. The rules are made up to benefit their desires and not the public's. And it tells me that they have an attitude that public business is not for the public to see.
It's a given that answering a request for public documents isn't as easy as reaching into a file cabinet, but the Division of Administration did not tell the investigative unit why our request took 5.5 months. Our search found the agency has been sued 7 times, and in Tom Aswell's case, a judge could rule in May.